welcome to Vlogmas Day 9. Why my arm goes in the air when I say that, I have no idea, but it does. I'm outside today to collect lots of greenery to make a Christmas wreath for our door. First of all, I need some ivy, and we've got quite a lot of it. So we have holly, including some holly flowers. This, I'm not sure what it is. Something growing in our garden. It could be privet maybe. Ordinary common garden conifer, and some rose hips, and I'm going to see if I can find some more of those in a minute. As I get going, I might pop out with my torch and try and find some more bits and pieces if I want them, but that's going to do for now. And I had to do that before it got dark, but I'm actually now going to take the dog for a walk, sort out the Rayburn, and carry on with a bit more work before I get onto this. I'll see you later. I think this cat wants to be a YouTube star. He will not go away whenever I'm trying to film anything. Okay, I already have my wreath bases because my husband and I made these about 10 years ago. I can't remember whose is whose. This one looks a bit more messy, so it was probably mine. So it was just finding things in the garden. We just went around the garden and picked out old sticks. I think these are actually old ivy vines, which were just twisted around and then wrap wire around, very thin wire. But starting with something like this, I mean, like I said, I mean, yeah, the shape hasn't exactly held, but like I said, it's about 10 years old, and it was just so simple. We just twisted it up, and there you are. You've got a wreath frame that you can use every year. So the first thing I'm going to start with is the conifer, and once you've got something like this, where you've got lots of bits and pieces, you just poke it in. I mean, when you watch wreath, how to make a wreath things on telly, they get a piece of wire on every single bit to tie it on, and I cannot be done with that. That would just take too long, wouldn't it? So I just get your conifer bits. If you have nicer pine trees, like proper Christmas tree pine trees, then that's probably nicer, but we've just got conifers in the garden. Every house we've been in has had conifers in the garden, at least one. So nice and easy. Oh, I'm going to get secateurs to cut the branches off. I mean, really, it's just common sense, I suppose. Decide which way round you want all of your leaves to face so that they all overlap each other. I'm going to sort of squash it this way a bit. Because I know it's gone oval shaped, I will try and even that out by making this bit a bit thicker. Okay, so I start with the conifers because they're probably the least interesting plant in the garden, but it is a really good base because it covers up nice and quickly the wreath, and it smells nice. You know, it smells nice and woodlandy. My daughter's brought me a glass of wine. Just what you need on a Friday evening while you're making a wreath. Right, okay, I think that's all the conifer I'm going to use because I've got quite a lot of other bits and pieces. I think I'm going to go with some of this next. It's nice to get different textures. So I've got the soft fluffy bits of the fir, I've got the little leaves of this one, whatever it is, and then I've got the big ivy leaves, and then I've also got the ivy flowers if I can find them. So you've got like different types of foliage going on. I think that's the key to making it look more professional. Now, I'm not the neatest, most precise person in the world, and that is usually reflected in the things that I make. So of course, if you want yours all neat and tucked in, then do it how you like doing it. This is just my usual haphazard way of making things. It doesn't all have to be totally tucked in, because at the end I'm going to wrap ribbon around it to sort of hold it all in place. This is really nice actually, whatever this is. It's really soft. Of course, the problem with finding foliage at this time of year is that it's often quite prickly. Okay, I'm going to go for ivy next. Let's put some ivy flowers in. And look, I think we're done already. It does look like it needs a bit of colour. Oh, the rose hips. I'm going to get the rose hips. I didn't quite find as many of these as I'd hoped to, but it's better than nothing, isn't it? I'm just going to have to, I mean, they're quite short as well, so I'm just going to have to sort of put them and hope they cling on to something as they go. I guess this is where you would use wire to make sure that they are secure, whereas I'm just sort of poking them in. Right, I think we're done. Now, in the past I've had this really pretty thin tinsel that I've used to wrap around my wreaths, but I've lost it. I can't find it. And I was going to use this ribbon instead. Can't decide if that would spoil it. I might actually go for string instead, just to keep a sort of natural feel to it. I'm not sure about the ribbon anymore. Obviously where it falls down if you're trying to have a professional looking wreath, because you wouldn't normally see something wrapped round holding everything on. It's an easy option, and actually the string is quite hidden. For me personally, I would rather save the time of wiring every single little blimmin' bit in and just wrap it round. It really doesn't look that bad, I don't think, so that's what I'm doing. We are finished. I'll try and hide the knot inside. Okay, here's the moment of truth. That's going to be my top. Let's see what it looks like. I think it needs bulking out a bit here, so I'm just going to add a little bit there, and then I think it's done. Bit of stick that in. Okay, I'm going to start on the next one and then I'll hang it up. So I'm just pretty much going to do the same thing with the second one. So I'll speed this up, there's nothing more to say. This is a bit more fiddly. The gaps in the sticks are tighter, so I'm having to use the much smaller stems of the fir, which is taking a bit longer than I expected. So with this one, because I just couldn't tuck in the pieces of foliage, because it was too tightly wound up, the sticks of the wreath were too tightly wound together, so I literally just had to place it on top, and I will have to wrap something around quite tightly. Right, I've got this snowflake garland that was meant to go on the tree but got missed, and now it's too late because the baubles are hanging. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try wrapping this round to get all the bits to stay on. We'll see how it goes. Ah, that's the second one. Oh. So I put the little one just here in the, we've got a sort of gap, walkway, archway bit between the living room and the kitchen. I don't know if it's going to be temporary, because we'll see if people keep knocking it as they go through. It might have to go somewhere else, we'll just have to see. We don't have enough hooks in this house. And the other one has gone just there on the front door, the other side of the porch. Well, back door, whatever door, the door. Sort of front door. We have too many doors. Well, it looks good in that light. That other Christmas tree just doesn't look quite real there, but it's framed really nicely in the wreath. There we are. I think that looks pretty good. You can't see it very well in this light, but that's not too bad. I am quite pleased with that. Well, it's the end of the day. We've just sat down and watched the Absolutely Fabulous film, and it was really funny. It's really good. Definitely recommend that one for a good sort of fun evening. It was just silly and ridiculous and exactly what you'd expect and want from Absolutely Fabulous. So we lit the candles on the mantelpiece this evening, which is really pretty. I think I'm almost done with the decorations. Can you believe it? I'm almost finished putting them up. So I'm off to bed now, and thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.